Howdy tankers, Ruckus here with a very pared back preview video today, as I only got my hands on the dev build 24 hours ago. Patch 2.11 is on its way, and coming with it is the much anticipated second German tank destroyer line. Contained within are some familiar vehicles, the Tier 5 Flak Toaster and the Tier 8 Borsig, but not as many had hoped, the Tier 10 Waffle Tractor. But Ruckus, the Waffle Tractor is both fake and OP, it's perfect for Blitz. I know, I'm surprised too, but its replacement, the Grill A15, fits much more naturally into its place, and I think you'll find it a worthy crown to this new line. Bushka is handling the high tiers on this one, and Hubert Jas is covering the low end of the scale, and what I'll be blitzing through today are those in the middle. At tier 7 is the Störer Emil, or Stubborn Emil as it translates into German. It's a mid-war design, of which two were produced, both seeing combat on the Eastern Front. Of the two, one was destroyed and the other captured by Soviet forces towards the end of the Battle of Stalingrad, eventually make its way to the Kubinka Tank Museum where it still resides. This new line of German TDs can be characterised by having very powerful and accurate guns, but next to no armour whatsoever. The Störer Emil is a great example of this. Whilst it has the best superstructure armour of the 6 new machines, its armour is still garbage. 50 mils of steel will not reliably stop rounds from any gun it is likely to come up against. It's also slow, underpowered, and a massive target, but it does have one trick up its sleeve, an insane negative 15 degrees of gun depression. The Störer Emil is a one-trick pony. To do well, it needs to stick to the hills and stay hidden, emerging only to fire a shot away over the top of the ridgeline before reversing back into cover. Its 12.8cm top gun is a classic peek-a-boom weapon. Slow reload but high alpha damage, and is unusual for not having a premium shell option and for only having a 15 round load limit. This means players are going to have to make sure that every shell counts. At tier 8 is the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, which is incredibly fun to say, but usually simplified down to just the Borsig. The German Waffenträgers, or weapons carriers, were self-propelled guns that combined the artillery piece and its tow truck into one unit, with very little consideration given to things like armour protection. The Borsig's wafer-thin 20 mils of armour will make it priority number 1 for its enemies, and any tanker worth his salt will immediately swap out to high explosive rounds whenever one pops up for max damage. But the Borsig doesn't win by standing and fighting, the Borsig wins by staying hidden and using its low profile and high camo rating to fire at targets without being spotted. It sports a fully traversable turret and two very powerful gun options, which includes a massive 15cm PaK L29.5, which has almost the same stats as that of the E100. As all of the 6 new TDs are open-top machines, they are unable to mount the improved ventilation modification. Instead, I recommend an equipment setup of gun rammer, camo netting, and binoculars that will maximise firepower and stealthiness, whilst hopefully at the same time allowing you to fire at targets from outside detection range. And that's all I've got time for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in patch 2.11. Peace.